Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling.
The Powa Hour.
Hello, Calvin. Hello, Al Tuttle, and hello, Gregory. And hello, friends. Let me ask you guys something. Do you ever have something going on with working with something that you love? You absolutely love the change. You love how it operates. You love how it looks. You love everything about it. And then all of a sudden, they make changes. They make a lot of changes. Hello, Restream. You guys know for the last couple of years, we use Restream to broadcast this program. And it's done a great job. And we thought it was the most perfect streaming situation, Matt Scott, that we ever used. And now the powers to be at Restream made all kinds of changes, and now I don't know what the hell is going on. Thank gosh, Adam Dunn, even though he's not on this program, as far as being on screen or talking to us, he's pushing the buttons and he's stressing out with the new stuff. Looking at like it on air, I don't think you'll see any changes at all. Behind the scenes, there's a lot of changes. It's the Power Hour. We will be taking a look at the October the 14th, 2024 show. Excited about it. Greg Campbell, what's going on? Jeremy Bishop, what's going on with you? The October 14th show. It was show number, I believe it's 136 from December 9th. The year was 2000. We open up with a Bulldog Reigns interview. Then he wrestles Tracy Smothers. We will interview Superstar Bill Dundee. We have another video from Brandon Baxter going to the doctor. Lawler and the Cat has an interview. The Click attacks Derek King, DK. Then we have other stuff as CB and Khan has an interview, the Dubs has an interview, General Coco with the interview, Spanky and the American Dragon against Alan Steele and Blade. And in the TV main event, a mixed six-man tag. Listen to this. Jerry the King Lawler, the Cat, and Superstar Bill Dundee against Steve Bradley, Whoopi D as Slash, and Victoria. It's Power Pro show number 136, and we'll watch now.
Hello again, everybody. Dave Brown and Corey Macklin at ringside, and all these folks are here for one thing. And that's the Power Hour, live here on TV5. We are set to go with another big day of Power Pro Wrestling. And Corey, it's been a while in the last few weeks around here. We've had lots of things going on, including a wild finish last week with the Cat and the King involved in the situation.
That was exciting, huh?
We've had our commissioner, the superstar Bill Dundee, with
Al, I appreciate the fact you like that.
Last week. Today we're going to be hearing from
I like it too. My man, Scott Middleton. Scott's art from Kentucky does that great artwork. And then the artwork he did for the Tuesday show. We'll show that tomorrow, and we showed it last week. By the way, Al, I'm glad you called in today. Whoa, with Bud Rowe. Here comes Bulldog Reigns.
There he is, Bulldog Reigns, the brand new Power Pro Television Champion. Hey, first of all, I want to say congratulations to you, Bulldog. You're looking good with that title around your waist there.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, what I'm about to say may sound a little corny to everybody out here and everybody at home, but it's time to drop the macho stuff and the big attitude and all that. I just want to be Scott Reigns for just a minute. You know, I've been making this long drive from Georgia for 3 long years, and I had some ups and I had some downs, but it's all finally starting to pay off. But 6 months ago, I almost quit. I heard a guy right there in the middle of the ring on an accident, and it made me feel real bad. I hurt Rick Havoc, and I was about to quit. I'll go ahead and admit that right now. But it's like this. All these people got behind me and made me feel that it was okay. Accidents happen. I hate it for Rick. Maybe one day he can come back. But, you know, it really gets down in my heart how these people.
They've really been with you, Bulldog. No doubt about it. All the fans have had great support for you.
But I tell you what, it's all starting to pay off. Just last week, I got a taste of the Power Pro Gold in the TV title, and man, it sure does taste sweet. I've been watching Spellbinder, and he is a fighting champion, and I want to be just like that. I'll fight anybody that wants some of this title, just come on and get it. And you, Tracy Smothers, I understand you want some of this belt, or you want some of the Bulldog, well, you come and get it. But when it's all said and done, you're going to be looking up the lights saying, who let the dogs out? Who?
Bulldog Reigns.
There he goes.
The brand new television champion. Yeah, there he goes.
Oh, yeah, very popular champion, Corey. We've seen his ups and downs. He finally got rid of C.B. Wyatt, and his career took a turn for the best after that.
Oh, my goodness.
Last week he won that belt. Here's Tracy Smothers out here. He has said he wants some of the action. So
Jason Sensation
out here, yeah. We're waiting for the signal from the referee. William Gibson says ring the bell, and we're underway.
Gentlemen, it's an honor to be back out here with you.
Well, we noticed you were accompanying Tracy Smothers. That worries us a little bit.
That's Tracy, psycho, sellout, smasher, Smokey Smothers.
Yeah, one of the thugs. Thugs can't spell. We know that, too.
Yeah.
He's the toughest
I was about
thug
to say you left
in
out one
wrestling.
word, thug.
He's the toughest thug in wrestling. He's toppled the WWF. He's toppled the WCW. He's toppled the ECW. And now he's going to topple Power Pro Wrestling.
Well, he's going to have his work cut out for him today. Not only
Say
has
that
Scott
again.
Reigns, Bulldog Reigns, taken a new attitude in the last few months, he has also won a lot of matches and lost very, very few. The one-loss record is great. Now, he is going against a guy who'll do anything, by his own admission, to win a match.
Tracy Sellout Smothers. And look at this. Sellout about to get 2 count. He's about to lose one. It looks like.
But I'm the real Bulldog, the British Bulldog, stuck still in my gimmick.
Only a 2 count there. Bulldog Reigns still alive. He still has the Power Pro television title around his waist.
And Tracy's going to win that title right here tonight. He's going to prove it like he proved it against that hunk Lance Cade last week. Lance Cade, Shawn Michaels may have trained him, but I'm telling you, that guy's nothing but a punk. You're the Hartford kid trained that green machine, but he's nothing but a dirty, rotten, stinking hyena.
Yeah, I think he got jumped from behind. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels may have trained Lance Cade, but he may have trained him just to do his little dances and be a boy toy and strip his clothes off, but he doesn't know how to wrestle.
Well, we'll find out about that as weeks go on here.
A reversal. Bulldog with a clothesline. Sleeper hold there. Smothers whips him into the ropes. Bulldog comes back. Ducks that clothesline. Big shoulder from Bulldog
He
Reigns.
puts him on the mat,
Down he goes.
but he can't follow up with a
Jason
cover.
Sensation headed that way.
Yeah, he's headed up to the ring apron. That's a dangerous place for him since he came out here with Smothers.
Bill Superstar Dundee. Power slam from Bulldog. Look like he's got
Cover,
him.
1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the referee. 1, 2.
Oh, he gets his shoulder up.
Could he have held him for the 3 count if the referee had been there? Don't know. Referee was just doing his job. He was trying to get Jason Sensation down off the ring apron. Look at this. Tries to trip the
Sensation
Bulldog.
grabs his leg. Look at that.
Knee to the back.
Hooks the
Cover,
leg.
1, 2.
2 count him.
Oh, he's out of it. Here's Lance Cade.
Look at this. Jason Sensation takes off. He runs around. And Lance Cade, whoa, sits around and waits on him.
He nails Tracy Smothers, too.
Ooh, big slam from the television champion.
He got it.
He got him. 1, 2, 3. Bulldog Reigns. Who let the dogs out? Gets the win here on the Power Hour. Uh-oh. And Cade's got Jason Sensation. Uh-oh.
Oh, but Tracy Smothers from behind nails him. And Jason Sensation's head hits the table back here.
Yeah, sure does.
Oh,
Ooh.
come on. He gets him from behind. And now it's Smothers and Jason against Lance Cade. Once again, unfair advantage. They jump him from behind, they double team him, they triple team him, and then they come out here and claim he can't wrestle. I don't think so.
Hey, come on, guys. We don't need that. Tracy Smothers and Jason Sensation. Let's try to break this thing up and get some help out of it for Lance Cade.
Hey, I hear the commissioner is back in the back. Let's see if we can get some help. Let's see what the commissioner has to say right here about everything.
Yeah, the superstar.
You know, everybody, when I told you I took this job as the commissioner, if it had to get physical and get it done, that's exactly what we was going to do. Well, last week we got a little taste of that. Well, we're going to just finish it up in about 25 minutes from now. It's going to be Bradley, Slash, and what's that lady's name, Victoria? Well, brother, you're going to find out why they call him the king around here in Memphis. You're going to find out why they call me the superstar. We're going to have Miss Kitty in the corner. Oh, yeah. And Brandon Baxter, you're going to be in the mix too, brother. You're in the ring. And Mick Foley, you can't do nothing about it, brother. I'll see y'all in about 25 minutes.
Power Pro Wrestling is sponsored by Bill.
Often imitated, never duplicated. The superstar himself, Bill Dundee, who turns 81 years old on October the 24th. So folks, remember that. I believe that's on a Thursday. So we will say absolutely then, happy birthday to the superstar Bill Dundee. Gary says, how come you all did not have the real Nature Boy Ric Flair versus the real King Jerry Lawler, AWA versus NWA, and all your wrestling and USWA wrestling? Well, first of all, you answered your own question. When we were with the AWA, we wasn't allowed to use the NWA champion. It's real simple. Real simple. Obviously, in what was the year was it? In 85, when we did the Mid-South Coliseum, Jerry Lawler against Nature Boy Ric Flair, that was on a co-promotion with the NWA at that time. Richard Hood says hello to me. Hey, Richard, what is going on with you? Hope everybody's doing okay out there in streaming land. What's going on in the wrestling world? Did you see Bad Blood? Did you see the latest AEW pay-per-view? Are you watching any wrestling at all? PJ, the First Lady of Power Pro Wrestling, of the Powa Hour, and of Talking Memphis Wrestling, PJ from Thailand is in the house watching this program today, as we appreciate it very much. Frank Seaton in the house. Hey, Frank, hope you're doing good as well. Hey, how do you like that picture of the Power Pro drawing? Does that not look good? And how about that rivalry for the lifetime great belt that I'm pointing with this microphone to? Jerry Lawler versus Bill Dundee, as we go back to the TV show.
With a great thanks to all the fans, all of you, for the support, and he successfully defends the Power Pro television title right here today.
Right here today.
Hey, something's been going on with this Brandon Baxter thing after Lawler threw the fire on him here a few weeks ago, and then paid for him to go to his doctor, Dr. Sammons. Take a look what happened this week. Watch this.
3, 2, 1.
Brandon, how you doing?
Doc, I guess I'm doing about as good as it can be expected, but I'm ready to get these bandages off.
Today is going to be the unveiling, and we'll see the finished product.
Well, you know, you and Lawler have got me the laughing stock of Memphis. Everybody all across town is laughing at me and calling me Booth.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh what? What do you mean, uh-oh?
Something's happened here.
What do I have, an infection?
I'm afraid you have Zachley's.
What is that?
Zachley's is a rare diagnosis that we find in your profession.
What is it?
It's when your face looks exactly like your booty.
Oh, Doc, come on, Doc. You said no more jokes.
You're a
Richard?
classic example.
I'm tired of this. I just want to see what I look like.
We left the NWA for the AWA in 1978.
Here's the finished product. Take a look. See what you think.
Okay. Oh my God, Doc! Doc! This isn't funny, Doc.
It looks pretty good to me.
Oh, give me a break. That's not my face.
I think you look improved
Improved over what?
over what you had to start with.
Oh, give me a break.
All right. Take a look. Close look.
Oh, wait a minute. Doc,
Aren't you proud?
Is this the best you can do?
With what we have to work with, yes.
Doc, I wouldn't want to say this to anybody else. My face, it does look like a booty.
You're absolutely right. You couldn't have said it any better.
You couldn't have said it any better yourself, Brandon. Brandon is scheduled to be out here later on.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Guess we'll get to see for ourselves, huh?
Yeah, the superstar Bill Dundee, the commissioner has signed the bout right here today, handicap match with Brandon Baxter's in action here today on the Powa.
Here he comes, the King, and the Cat headed this way.
Well, Tuttle thought that was funny.
And got a couple of things we're going to be talking about.
Am I funny? Means no money.
I noticed you got the XFL shirt on. That starts right here on TV5 in February. We're going to be talking about Corinth and all of that in a couple of minutes. But first, any comments about Brandon?
Well, you know, we saw Brandon's last trip, I guess, to the doctor. And now, I guess today, thanks to Bill Dundee, this is the first ruling that I like that Bill has made today. He's made a match later on today, and I guess Brandon Baxter is going to have to be actually in the match, so it's going to be a bit of a handicap match. So we'll get a chance to see Brandon's face today for the first time in a long time.
Oh, just his face. The rest of it almost happened last week.
Right. No, you're right, Dave. I'm all excited about the XFL. Of course, it's going to be starting in February right here on NBC. It's also going to be on TNN and UPN. XFL is going to be everywhere, and I found out this past week that Jim Ross and I may be part of the announce team working for NBC. Me and you both be working for NBC.
I hear that rumor. Yes, indeed. That's great.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about a couple of things. Everybody knows that Monday, right here in Memphis, WWF is invading with Raw is War. Going to be right here in Memphis down at the Pyramid. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, all of these people, everybody is going to be right here.
McMahon family? Yeah.
Oh, I'm afraid the McMahon family is a little bit of a disaster. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully Linda and Vince have gotten everything straightened up. But anyway, everybody's going to be here Monday night. And I just want to mention one thing. I've had a million requests. A lot of people think that it's completely sold out. But as happens right before the event, once they realize where all the cameras and where all the placement stage is going to be, they have released some extra tickets. There are still some tickets available, so if anybody wants to go see Raw, you can still get tickets at the Pyramid or through Ticketmaster.
All right, very good. That's coming up Monday night right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
And speaking of WWF invading places, also Corinth, Mississippi, coming up January 13th. There you can see it. It's the Corinth Chaos right down there in Corinth, Mississippi. They have a beautiful new Crossroads Arena down there. Seats almost 10,000 people. And a lot of WWF superstars going to be on hand. It's going to be the biggest night in the history of Corinth. Of course, the King is going to have to be there. The Cat, listen to this. The Cat has actually, she's somehow secured a WWF women's title match in Corinth, Mississippi against the Right to Censor's Ivory. And I would just love for you to take that title away from Ivory and get it away from Right to Censor.
Without a doubt, that's absolutely going to happen.
All right. Also, Taz is going to be there. Raven's going to be there. Too Cool is going to be there. Scotty Too Hottie, Grandmaster Sexy. It's going to be the biggest night ever in Corinth. That's January 13th.
Right, all right. Coming up, one of the first events of 2001.
Exactly right. And other than that, that's all I got to say, except for the fact that a little bit later on today, the King and the Superstar are going to get it on one more time right here in Memphis with the Cat as our partner. So Victoria, whatever you want to call yourself, and Steve Bradley and Slash and Booty Face, bring it on, because we got something for you in just a little while, okay?
All right, very good. Thank you, King. Congratulations on all the great things going on this week. Something happened a little bit earlier today. We've got some videotape. setting up before anybody was here, tapes rolling, setting camera positions and all that. Take a look at what happened earlier today.
Well, if it isn't Memphis's greatest light heavyweight, Butch Reed's little brother, Derek King. Sit down, sweet daddy seat.
Hey, wait a minute, look. I told you, if you want to go, we can go right now.
Hey, I'm not here to fight, just, you know.
Hey, look, I told you once,
guys.
if you want to go,
Hold up!
Looking for first-class
All right, as we come back, hey,
unused
Eddie Hales with you on this edition of Power Pro Wrestling. All right. Next week on Power Pro Wrestling, the next show we're scheduled to show was cut because we had a preemption from NBC. So we'll show 2 shows, or really one and a little over a half a show. And that's what we will do next week on Power Pro Wrestling. We'll show 137 and 138 next week on Power Pro Wrestling, the Power Hour. Hey, let's tell you about tomorrow night. We have a caption for it. Talking Memphis Wrestling tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Randy Hales, Pat Trammell, Michael St. John, maybe Chris Ellis. We will be with you for Talking Memphis Wrestling tomorrow night. It will be the best and worst of Memphis Wrestling in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. Be sure to join us tomorrow night for Talking Memphis Wrestling as we're getting back to our roots. We're getting back to where it started. We're getting back to talking Memphis Wrestling. We're getting back to the unexpected. We're getting back to the excitement, and you cannot match it anywhere. I don't care if you try to match it with the WWE. I don't care if you try to match it with AEW. I don't care. But when you have what you have every Monday and Tuesday night, as we watch the Power Hour, as we watch and talking Memphis Wrestling, certainly we have a good time with it every single week. Now, Gary says that Ric Flair and Jerry Lawler wrestling for you in 1982 wrestled one match at TV5 Wrestling in 1982. That's before I became a promoter. I was an announcer. So there's the question there, Gary. Todd Alexander, what's going on with you? Let's head back to the Power Hour.
No, not at all.
It was just instigated in that click.
Sitting out here.
Show number 136, December the 9th, the year 2000.
And Derek has an injured leg. He's been advised not to wrestle. Now, last I heard, he wasn't hearing any of it. He said he was going to wrestle anyway. I don't know if he can or not.
Yeah, I don't know that.
He's been advised not to. I do want you to know that. Want you to know a couple other things. Next week, big week.
Yeah.
First of all, we're going to be doing 2 shows next week. Christmas holidays are coming up, so if you have tickets to be with us, we'll do the live show as regular at 11 o'clock next Saturday here on TV5, and then afterwards we'll have another show that we'll be putting together, too. So you get 2 shows if you join us next week.
A lot of special guests are going to be with us also for both shows.
Especially one. You want to tell them about that?
Yeah, one of them is going to be for the first time in the studio in about 15 years. We're going to see right here live on the Power Hour next week, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, returning to TV5 Wrestling next week right here on the Power Hour. And I know he'll have a lot to say, Dave, as he always does.
This is going to be interesting to me because I think we all know that Jimmy Hart is part of WCW, and we all know that Lawler is part of WWF.
Well, that's true.
I don't know how that's going to work out.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It is.
Well, I'm sure
next
week.
week.
Yeah, next week on the Power Hour, the Mouth will be here, and we'll keep the tapes rolling. Maybe we'll be able to cut him off at some point because we know he'll have a lot to say. Here,
here's the champion.
The champion, yeah.
Talked to the Spellbinder right about 30 minutes before we went on the air today. My friend Spellbinder. I believe he's watching today. The Spellbinder. Looking like $1 million like he always looks like. He still looks high.
Here he is. He's got the gold strapped around his shoulder. And I'm telling you, he's the champion that has defended against many. But he's still walking around with that belt. Good to see the Spellbinder.
Well, you know, Corey, ever since I won this title, everyone out of the woodwork's been coming for a title shot. And you know what? I haven't ducked anyone.
Sure haven't.
Now we got Steve Bradley coming around saying he wants the Power Pro title back. Well, you know what, Steve? It hasn't been more than
With
just
11
a few weeks
minutes
ago
left
when
in
I
the first quarter, the New
and
York
beat you
Jets
and beat you till you finally quit.
over Buffalo
Obviously,
3-0,
wrong with you. You want another
11:06
title shot.
left
You're running your mouth
in the
saying,
first.
Hey, I can beat Spell. I can beat Spell. Well, you know what? You can't beat Spell. Can it?
The Cleveland Guardians
As a matter
in
of fact, you know what?
the
Last week I
ALCS
had two
championship
idiots jump
game
from
number
behind me. You know
1,
what?
Cleveland and the New York Yankees are scoreless
Uh-oh, sounds like a
middle
challenge to
of
me.
the third.
For the Power Pro champion, huh? Wait a minute. Spell, I understand they're not here, Dave.
That's what I don't think so.
I don't think they're here.
You ain't
That's what
lying,
they're telling me
scared.
upstairs, yeah.
Get out here. See, I'm going to tell you what, Seven, Scott, Vic, Triad, whatever. We don't have to do it here. I'm going to do it at the gas station, the supermarket, restaurants, Beale Street, wherever I find you.
The New York
Steve
Mets
Bradley, as far as my title,
defeated
when it's
the
all
LA
said and done,
Dodgers in
Power Pro's
Game
still gonna be the
2,
same,
so
'cause
that
Randy Hales is
series
still gonna run this place.
in Major
Terry
League
Lawler's still gonna
Baseball
be the
tied
king.
up
Randy
1
Bass
apiece.
is still gonna be
What do you
bald-headed,
think?
booty
All the
face.
sports
Spellbind is still gonna be
going on
bald-headed.
tonight. There's football, there's baseball, and there's Memphis wrestling. And a good interview from the Spellbinder.
Guys, and I sure wouldn't want to be in their shoes around right now.
Yeah, he's been attacked from behind, too, a couple of times. Speaking of being attacked, Derek King, of course, attacked a little bit later on, was scheduled to be going in this match right here. But Shooter Schultz headed into the area, and as I said a moment ago, Derek has been advised not to wrestle for medical reasons due to that injured leg. He wasn't happy about that, but let's hope that wisdom has prevailed. And
I hear Derek's music. I don't know if he's going to try.
not.
Is he still going to try to wrestle in this thing?
He shouldn't.
Referee
let's see.
Shane Bond standing in the ring along with Shooter Schultz, and yeah, that's the referee.
There he
William
is.
Gibson is telling him that.
Well, he's
that leg
limping.
wrapped up, too.
Yeah, he's limping. He's not moving well at all. He got no business going in there, especially after what happened to him earlier. And those folks are still in the building somewhere.
Shooter Schultz came in and part of WWF Developmental. And I really don't know what happened to him after Power Pro Wrestling. He went away.
I agree.
Be in the back or at a hospital.
Never knew the fact. And Adam, you
Was he
might
just
be
an
write me a
assistant
note
wrestler?
if you
Referee
know
said-
Well, the referee.
if he ever made the roster for the
They
WWF.
tried to
I don't
talk him
think
out
he
of
did.
it, but Mr. Personality steps in
He
there.
was a good wrestler.
Going against Shooter Schultz.
Because
in
Adam
this
doesn't
match.
have any
Look,
clue
Shooter
either.
in, and Shooter jumps over him, comes back. Nice hip toss from Derek King. Boy, Derek's got that left leg. all
Hey, Julie
bandaged and
Yates,
wrapped up.
missed you in Jackson the other week, September the
See,
21st.
there's a problem now. Shooter Schultz sees the
Jerry,
weakness and goes after that left
At new
leg.
school inning,
And
with
that's
the
what
old
he's
school
going
of
to try to do is
spelling,
just
that
work
was
on that
brilliant.
until Derek either gets pinned or has to give it up.
Derek is
All
great.
Derek has to do is
Little
remember
rough.
the injury. He has to favor the injury. He
Has
ends up
lost
thinking
some
about
weight
how to not
lately.
make the injury get hurt
Got a
worse
little
rather
big,
than winning the
little
match.
beer belly.
That's right.
Somebody
Huge
said something about
disadvantage.
being
Well, he's been
silly.
told not to wrestle, but he says he's not going
Derek,
to forfeit this
good
match.
shape
He
now.
wants a piece.
Looking
Shooter
good.
Schultz in there, but what he's got to remember is that the Click
In
2000 I'm sure
mid-fourth.
is not far away.
Still
Well, that's
wrestles
true. It shows
every
it, but even by
weekend.
himself, all he knows is, hey, if I can work on that leg and take him out of his game plan, as it were, then I got a real good chance of just wrapping this up quickly with a 1, 2, 3.
That's right. That's true, and Shooter Schultz standing looking on. And
Julie
again,
C.B.
he's got a
Wyatt.
box of legs from under Derek King.
The other one that
Big
did not
kick
show
from
up
Shooter
that
Schultz
night.
and
Y'all were
DK
probably together
up on
having a
his feet.
family
Oh,
reunion.
boy. Runs
Greg
right
White,
into him with that
does he
big
seem to
tackle.
remember that Shooter Schultz passed
And now he
away?
just waits while Derek
Wish somebody would do
struggles
some research on that.
and goes after that left knee again. Just driving his shoulder into it as Derek is flipped. Derek King, you know, Derek,
In some ways,
I gotta say,
he reminded me
I
of Arn
appreciate his
Anderson.
spirit in wanting to get in there and wrestle, but, you know, what is it, discretion, the better part of valor? Today may have been a good day just to hang it up for the day and say, I'll come back in a few weeks when this leg is better, and then I'll come get you.
When's the last time you've seen this spinning toe hold type of deal?
Shooter Schultz standing in.
Do they
He's
use
putting
that
more and
anymore,
more pressure
people?
on that left leg.
He almost had an
I'm
old-fashioned
serious with that
step over
question.
toe hold on him there. And he
Would
just
like
really put the
input.
twist on that knee.
Greg, when's the last time you seen the spinning toe hold?
I'm telling you. Shooter Schultz
How about
is
it,
working
folks?
him over, and Derek King, I'm telling you, has taken tremendous pounding from Shooter
Remember
Schultz.
a big match to end the show today. Jerry Lawler the Cat and Bill Dundee against Steve Bradley, Slash, and Victoria. A little later on this edition of Power Pro Wrestling.
Fighting his way, but I'm telling you, he's got a tough, tough way to go. Belly to belly from Shooter, hooks the leg, there's 2 count and a foot on the rope.
Yep, that stopped the count. So Derek King still in action here. Shooter Schultz unhappy. He thought he should have had a 3 count. He didn't see the foot on the rope. There's the shoulders were down. Derek rolled him up. The referee gets knocked down. And now Shooter Schultz, oh, Derek slips behind him. He comes back with a super kick, what he can put on him of a super kick, but he can't convert it. He can't get over and make the
This is
cover.
a
The
good
referee's
television
line down
match.
there, as you
Power
see,
Pro
in the ring
Wrestling.
anyway.
December the
Here's Derek, he's
9th,
struggling.
2000. Show
He's got
number
the arm over.
136.
He's calling for the count. He's counting
Derek
the 3,
hasn't
but
beat. The referee is down.
doesn't see
Now
what's
Derek
going
gets
on.
up to
Referee
go.
Shane Bond is out. Oh, here comes Spanky. Boys, if you need any more problems.
Rams a folding metal chair into the back of that injured knee. And now Shooter Schultz grabs him, pulls him back, closer to the middle of the ring. Oh, look out. Turns him over. That's an old Boston Crab.
Boston Crab,
Man,
yeah.
who taught him that?
Boy, Shooter Schultz with a Boston
This is a great
Crab
match,
on Derek
Sheila.
King. And that's a lot of pain, boy, especially when you already got a knee injury in there.
I don't see how Derek is continuing. He's fighting. He's trying to reach the ropes.
Man,
is
if
what
he
he's
gets
trying
over
to
to
do.
that rope.
Can he do it?
Oh,
Nope.
he pulls him away from it.
Yep. Well, that's good work by Schultz, although I hate to say it. Derek
right
King,
smack in the middle.
the referee's calling for the bell.
He calls for the bell. That's it.
He's calling for the bell. Come on, break it, Schultz.
Derek's out of it. There's only so much you can take. Yeah. Bell is sounded, and Shooter Schultz will get his hand raised by Spanky, and he wins the title. Derek King's out.
Spanky walked across him and now steps on his head. Derek King.
I think Derek's passed out.
I think he asked for it, probably from the pain.
Hey, come on now.
Hey,
That's
come on,
enough,
guys. Ring this bell again. It was like didn't do any good.
Hey, and he puts him in that Boston Crab again.
Come on.
Apologize for the old video.
Ref, for crying out loud.
Put a $5,000 fine on him or something. Here comes some help.
Rob Harlem.
Rob Harlem out to help
Harlem.
Derek King. All right.
Can you believe that?
No, but I'm glad to see him.
What is that about?
He runs him out of here. Rob Harlem coming out to help out Derek King. Thank you, Rob.
Rob Harlem with a few words for Shooter Schultz and Spanky.
He's over to help him
take
out.
off, yeah. What? Oh, look at this. Oh, my goodness. And he puts the face buster on Derek King. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. That's stupid. He comes out and helps the guy, and then he puts the doggone face buster on him. Oh, it's just stupid. We don't even need that. That's not even any help whatsoever.
Expect the unexpected, and I've just seen it twice in 30 seconds.
We didn't need him to do that. They could have did that.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, back in the back, Steve Bradley is with Victoria and Slash. We got a camera back that way?
Steve, why are you doing this to me? I don't want to be teamed up with him again. Slash, the way he looks at me freaks me out.
Yeah, he freaks everybody out. The reason he looks at you funny is because his eye's all screwed up. But don't worry about it. I'm going to be in the match too, just along with Slash and you, to make sure nothing funny.
Can you believe what Dundee is doing? He is sentenced to a sick man. I don't want to be in this.
Calm down,
Hey,
Slash.
you shut up.
Shut her up, Bradley. I don't want to hear nothing out of you. Nothing. See, that's what's wrong with you, too. You take nothing seriously. You know, it's all fun and games. You ever heard till somebody loses an eye? Well, look, Dundee did this to me. And you know what Lawler did? He tried to burn Brandon, and he's gonna try to do it to us. I'm gonna get a hold of the cat, and I'm gonna ruin that pretty little face of hers. I'm tearing Lawler and Dundee up. Oh, we're killing them.
Great, intense interview. Hadn't seen this interview in 20 years. Very, very good interview. As we go to the commercial, I was just thinking, if you think about it, TV5 started with wrestling in 1977. Before that, goes back to the late 50s, wrestling, studio wrestling at Channel 13, TV5 in 77. A lot of December wrestling shows over the years. Well, on TV5, on the main station in the Memphis market, on the NBC affiliate, this December right here would be the last time they'd be local TV5 wrestling on your Saturday morning TV in December, even now to this date. Did we know at the time? I was trying to think back a lot of times. What was I thinking in December? Was I happy? Was I mad? What was the feelings? What was the crew's feeling? I can tell you, everybody, including me for sure, we did not know this would be absolutely toward the end of the company. Sad. As Donald says, Descent, I almost believe he was really mad. I guess talking about the Whoopie D commercial. I like watching the commercials in your lower right-hand corner. Just see how the commercials were back in the day. I'm sure if it showed any prices, it would be a lot cheaper as well. Hey folks, what's going on with you? Don't forget, Talking Memphis Wrestling tomorrow night. The best and the worst of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Absolutely. The best of 70s, 80s, and 90s. Talking Memphis Wrestling tomorrow night. Can't wait to see that for sure. Be with us tomorrow as we do that and have a lot of great wrestling talk. And at this point, Donald, you are Cocaina, you're asking if ratings were going down during this period. They were not down from the return of Jerry Lawler and other things that happened along the way. At this point, the ratings were on a upswing, I might add, as we go back to the showdown.
Power Pro history happened last week when Khan lost the TV title to Bulldog Reigns. I mean, come on, look at Bulldog. He's not a champion. He's not even championship material. He's some big dumb wreck, and hey, I should know because I managed a big goof. That's why I kicked him to the side like yesterday's news, because he couldn't get the job done. So now we've all seen the tape. You know, Khan was blinded, powder thrown all in his eyes, and Bulldog got the win. But you know what? That's my fault. It's my fault. I admit it. I threw powder in Khan's eyes right in front of the referee, and according to the rule book here, Article 2, J4, Line 1 clearly states that that should have been a disqualification. Bulldog Reigns should have been awarded the match, but not the title. So, Commissioner Dundee, I'm begging you today, sir, please do what's right. Give us back the title, which we rightfully deserve.
That's goofy.
That's stupid.
Take it to the Florida Supreme Court and see what they rule on it.
Yeah, see what they rule on it. Yeah. It'll take them 2 months, but that's
yeah,
the
no,
back,
he's
yeah.
still got the belt. He should have the belt.
Oh boy, here comes the
wait a
ducks.
minute.
Yeah.
Look at this. Yeah, Jack and Bo, and I'm looking here. Well, okay, they're coming this way. Let me get out and talk to them. Hey guys, Jack and Bo, it's good to have you back. Good to see you here at Power Pro today. But I was just looking at the format, and I didn't see your name on there.
There's a good reason why you don't see our names on that format. It's because it ain't on there. It's the third week in a row we haven't been booked on this show, and that's why we came down here today, was to find out why.
Well, the only thing I can tell you, I don't make the matches. I don't schedule what's going on. You have to talk to the commissioner about that. He's who you probably ought to be talking to. But I will tell you, there are like 40 guys on the roster now, and it's only an hour.
I don't want to hear this crap about 40 other guys to put on this show. Explain this to me. Explain to me why the two most talented athletes in Memphis, the two guys with the most potential for future stardom, have been sitting at home for the last 3 weeks while you got all these clowns out here getting all the TV time.
Well, I can't answer that. As I'm saying, it's
I'll tell us that I can't find anything about whether or not Shooter Schultz passed away, but found out that Shooter Schultz was trained by Shawn Michaels, and he had two WWF matches, one in 2001 and 2001, teaming with BJ Payne against Brock Lesnar and Shelton Benjamin, probably both dark matches. Very good for you to research that for me. The head researcher of Power Hour, that's Al Tuttle.
No. We're not going to do that. That's not the way to do it. And no, we're not leaving. We got a lot of show to go here.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you to the count of 5, and I'll give you to the count of 5 to vacate this desk, turn the show over to me and my brother, or we'll grab you and throw you out that back door ourselves.
Well, you're not going to do it. I tell you what. All right, you just headed on out of here. You keep counting. We'll call the police. They're just right across the street. They're probably watching. Right. We'll have them all over here. Then we will have lawyers after you. That's what we'll do. Wait a minute. Yeah. You keep counting. You count all you want.
Hey, come on.
No, we're not. They're not doing that. Here's Bulldog.
Listen, you don't have any beef with these guys, like he told you. He's not the one who makes the matches around here. It's Bill Dundee. If you're mad at somebody, be mad at Bill Dundee, right? Right? If you've got a beef with Bill Dundee, go back in the back and find Bill, okay?
Hey, Bulldog, man, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking, man.
Oh, good. All right. Bulldog, right. Well, thank you. Oh, come.
Oh, they jump on Bulldog.
Yeah, they're real sorry. As they jump Bulldog range, now 2 against 1, and throw him up in the ring.
Hey.
Jack and Bo, the Dupps.
Jack and Bo Dupp in here.
Well, I guess
they're
maybe.
not even scheduled to be here today, and they just show up. I guess they're going to make themselves have a match. Here comes referee Jane Bond.
Oh, they grabbed the referee, nailed him. There's a big fine.
That'll be fine for that one. They nailed the referee. Boy, here comes Chet Logan out.
They're just grabbing everybody.
Have gone berserk is what they're doing.
Here comes Spellbinder with a chair. Whoa, and there go the Dupps.
My friend the Spellbinder makes the save. The Dupps. Take the power. Get out of there.
You know what? They may have just done it. We'll be back in just a moment.
Spruce up your home and save
we will
money
hear from General Coco Ware in a few minutes. Right here on this edition of the Power Hour, we will also see the tag team of the American Dragon, Daniel Bryan, who had his last ever wrestling match just a few days ago. There will be an action against Alan Steele and Blade. Jerry Lawler, the Cat, and superstar Bill Dundee against sensational Steve Bradley / Whoopi D and Victoria. So a lot of action left on this Power Pro Wrestling Power Hour. A couple of segments left, and so we're looking forward to those actions, including that mixed big tag team match later in the program. Guys, what do you think over here? How about that? Scott's Art, Dave Brown, yours truly, Randy Hales, Corey Macklin, Jerry Lawler, the Spellbinder, Stacey the Cat, Superstar Bill Dundee, Brian Christopher, you see Ali, Brandon Baxter, Freebird Michael Hayes, Derek King, so many others. Just a great artwork from Scott Middleton. As Al Tuttle says, this is awesome. Terry Jones says, my mic levels are great. Terry, it's because I am great. Maybe that has something to do with it. You think? Hey, I keep telling you, the best of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Talking Memphis Wrestling tomorrow night. Hey, we're going back to our roots. Talking Memphis Wrestling. A lot of discussions, and we want you guys to throw your comments out there, have your opinions. We'll talk about, as we'll get my notes here and see exactly what we're going to do. We'll ask you in the 70s, 80s, and 90s who the best babyface, who the best babyface tag team is as now. We go to
I
Coco
don't
Road.
have Charlie Lair in my camp no more. He's gone back to the bottom. Scooter, chew him up, Scooter. But I am so happy. I am real happy again. Guess what? The mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, my manager, it will be in Power Pro next week. Can you believe it? Next week, old family reunion. The first family is going to be back again. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Oh, Lord, I can't wait. Hallelujah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What a fantastic promo by the WWF Hall of Famer, Coco Beware, talking about the return to Memphis TV, Jimmy, the mouth
He'll be
of the
live right here in our
South
studio.
Heart.
We hope you'll join us.
And
If you don't
now,
have tickets to be
another
with us
great
next week,
match.
join us
Thank
on
you,
TV.
Brian Kendrick.
11 o'clock.
Long
right here
run
for
in the
Power
WWF,
Hour.
of course, Daniel Bryan, just unbelievable as the American
I
Eagle.
think he's got a challenge out for Ron Olson and Steve Conley up at FM 100. Yeah, so we'll be hearing what's going on there this week. Here comes all that Alan Steele, Blade Boudreaux.
I guess listen to Ron, Steve, and Garrett next week on FM 100.
Yeah.
More on that, huh?
No doubt about it. Hey, and also, you know, we mentioned, Dave, that over the next few weeks we got a lot of special guests. Well, our good friends, a lot of our good friends that are connected with the Memphis Hound Dogs. We'll be seeing them here in the next few weeks. Talking about Big Jack Eaton, Coach Larry Fitz, Gene Bartow. Hope to have them all down here in the next few weeks to come here on the Power Hour as well. Looking forward to it, yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. I hope we can get him maybe do a commentary.
New York Jets
That'd be great. That'd be
in
fantastic.
the lead over Buffalo, 10-7 with 2:01 left in the first.
Whoa! Oh, that Alan Steele slams him down, goes out to Spanky and slams Spanky. Nice
Bottom
leg
of the
drag.
third, the New York
Look at a
Yankees
big main
defeating
event fielder come up right here
Cleveland.
today. We're talking about
Jerry
the next
Lawler
week.
will
But
not
here today on
be
the Power
happy
Hour
with that.
handicap match, it's going to be Slash, Steve Brantley, Victoria, and for the first
You can watch
time,
that on
we see
TBS.
Brandon Baxter's face on the Power Hour.
That's right. He has to wrestle. Victoria not happy to be there. Bradley not taking
As I
it
said earlier,
seriously, according to Slash.
The New York
That makes him
Mets
happy.
defeated the Los Angeles Dodgers today, 7-3. That series is tied.
Here's the tag made on all that. Alan Steele as he takes over on Spanky.
Grabs Spanky, yeah, slams him into that top turnbuckle.
He's another one of those wrestlers that's not too big, but man, can he go. You
Oh,
gotta
he
watch
can,
him.
can he? Dumps all that over. Alan Steele swings and misses. Big kick from the Dragon. Boy, he caught Alan Steele. Rams him into the ring canvas.
Spanky went over there after Blade to keep him out of the action. Blade started back in, but the referee sent him back to the corner. Tag made by Spanky. Here comes the American Dragon. Spanky holds all that up. The Dragon with a big shot.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm laying out so you
You can
guys
hear that one. We're talking about Brandon Baxter and Slash and Bradley and Victoria in action.
can enjoy
On
this
the
great
other side
match.
of the ring, their opponents teamed
All
up
that
for the
Alan
first time in
Steele,
over a
absolutely.
year.
Who else would
Jerry
that
the
be?
King
Alan
Lawler,
Lamb,
real
Alan Steele.
superstar, Dundee. They're going to be teamed up together again right here on the Power Hour. And, hey, that's a 2 count. They got the cat along with them here today.
That's coming up minutes from now. Don't you go anywhere as a huge Power Hour continues. Spanky continuing to work on all that Alan Steele. And I got to say, so far, it's been Spanky and the American Dragon who have had pretty much the upper hand in the match.
Sure have. And Shannon, all that, and he finally stops Spanky. Gets out of that corner, tries to leap for the tag and misses. Blade Boudreaux leaps over the top rope there. He's reaching for the tag. Can't get Alan Steele, and Spanky drops him down. Look at this, Spanky sets him up, and the little guy, oh, he misses. Moonsault moonsault there off the rope.
Great move by Alan Steele to get
A lot
out of
of
the way.
wrestling
Spanky
on
now
this
trying to
program.
crawl over
Champ
the
says
corner
I
and
was
get
at
the
this
tag
show
American
that
Dragon.
Saturday morning. It was a great show, great seeing it again.
Yeah.
And it's funny
He
how
was
things
reaching
work.
over
When
in
I
the
worked at
corner
Sam
for the
Club,
tag.
Alan Steele worked there, and we used to talk wrestling. Alan is a super cool deal.
Blade Boudreaux.
Super cool dude.
Blade with a cover.
DDT, a 2 count, and Spanky breaks it up.
Blade Boudreaux. Looking good as he steps into the ring, fires the American Dragon head first into the turnbuckles. Look out behind Blade. Here's Spanky.
Yeah, a little double teaming now. Spanky and American Dragon whip Blade in. Blade comes back. Big right
I saw Alan a couple of weeks ago in Memphis or in Jackson for a night to remember. He's still living and working in Memphis, doing great.
We're going to hear today from WWF big superstar, yes sir.
Yeah.
The Rock.
Yeah.
What has Dragon got? He slipped up in his mask, Dave.
Yeah, he loaded that mask up. That's what he did. Now he puts Spanky on top of Blade Boudreaux. Here comes the referee. He sees the cover, count of 2, 3.
Oh, my
man. Talk about
1, 2, 3 count, and Spanky and American Dragon get the win.
Here's the King with the Rock.
All right, check it out, Memphis. I got with me none other than The Rock and Rock tomorrow. God, this is going to be one of the biggest matches of your career. I mean, Armageddon, what could be bigger than that?
Well, you know, King, The Rock says it's really hard to talk about Armageddon. It's hard to talk about the other guys. Kurt Angle, The Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rikishi, Triple H. It's hard to talk about those guys in that match at Hell in a Cell when The Rock realizes we're on Channel 5. Memphis TV.
Right, we are, but I mean, you know...
well, as big as that is, this to The Rock has to be bigger because this is where The Rock started.
That's true.
Well, you know that. The Rock started down there, laying the smackdown on everybody. Who is it? Corey Brown and Dave Macklin and all those guys.
Well, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Corey Macklin and Dave Brown.
It doesn't matter what their names are. Jabronis to The Rock.
Jabronis, but you know what? You're right. A lot of people, every week, somebody in Memphis comes up to me and says, man, The Rock's doing great, but he really got to start right here in Memphis. I mean,
The Rock started down there in Memphis, right there on Beale Street.
And
The
Bill
Rock
Dundee.
did it all.
What about Bill Dundee? He's a commissioner here now.
Bill Dundee's a commissioner.
The commissioner.
Is he
Power
keeping
Pro
everybody
Wrestling.
in line?
Well, of course he tries to. He throws his weight around quite well, and of course Randy Hales is still running around here like a...
That guy, Randy Hales, he's not down there, is he?
Oh yeah, he runs.
He's got to be
things.
what, 89 by about now?
I think he's 91 or something.
He's 91?
But Randy's doing fine. But listen, it's great to have you back. But now, no kidding. Tomorrow, pay-per-view. That's the only way people in Memphis are going to be able to see this thing.
He shouldn't be
There's never been a
playing
match
this.
like this ever in the history of the WWF.
No, the immensity of this match, King, as you know, being in thousands of matches yourselves, hasn't gotten any bigger than this. It's with all these guys and all these forces coming together and meeting, and of course the most electrifying man in sports entertainment is going to go out there and do his thing and try to lay the smack down as best he can on all those guys, and it's going to be one hell of a match, guaranteed.
And we'd like, everybody in Memphis, I'm sure, would like, even though there are a lot of Stone Cold Steve Austin fans, but I think they'd like to see The Rock back as the WWF champion.
Well, there are a lot of Stone Cold Steve Austin fans everywhere, but just so happens to be, you know, there are Stone Cold Steve Austin fans. If you're a Stone Cold fan, coincidentally, a lot of times you're a Rock fan too. You got two unbeatables who just have to come together, and they'll probably come together tomorrow night.
I'm looking forward to it. The Rock, back in Memphis. It's great. Thanks, Rob.
Anytime, King.
Frontier Ranch
Lance is
Supply West.
asking how Jerry Lawler doing health-wise. He is busy every weekend. This past weekend, he was in Kennett, Missouri. The King obviously was in Jackson, Tennessee a couple of weeks ago, September the 21st. Next week, want to remind you that Power Pro Wrestling, it's double trouble. We will show 2 shows next week on the Power Hour. That particular week, we had the first show we did, and we were, because it was the Christmas holidays, we were going to do the 2 shows anyway. We were going to tape afterwards. But there was the first show that aired live was preempted at the end for a NBC News break-in. So we'll show you parts of 2 programs next week on the Power Hour. Power Pro Wrestling coming at you certainly next week. I started telling you that on Talking Memphis Wrestling tomorrow night of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, we will talk about and discuss who the best babyface of the decade, the best babyface tag team, the best heel tag team, the best heel wrestler, the best booker, the best manager. We'll do that all for the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. Coming up tomorrow night on Talking Memphis Wrestling. Talking Memphis Wrestling tomorrow night. Hey, what have you thought about this show today? Terry, half the notes, I don't even see them. I'm looking at the screen or watching the matches. Honestly, you enjoy giving me those cues? I don't see most of them as we go back to the show.
Coming up on the Powa.
Let's take a look at Brandon Baxter's face after the great unwrapping by Dr. Sanders a little bit earlier.
Did a pretty good job with him, didn't he?
First, here comes the King with a cat and the superstar, Bill Dundee, all of them together right here.
Yeah, it's good to see the King and the superstar back together again. Hey, say what?
Hello, King, our superstar. Here comes the King, and here comes the cat.
Yeah, they're looking good today on the
sort of
Powa.
matching outfits here, huh?
Yeah, I like that. Cat really looks good. Oh, to hear the music, and we'll see for the first time Brandon Baxter's face out there. Hey, I want to thank Dr. Sammons for a great job of surgery he's done on Brandon Baxter, because I'm telling you, it's going to be our first look at him here today on Power Pro Wrestling.
Here comes Victoria, here comes Bradley, here comes Slash, here comes the referee.
Yeah.
Come on, where's Brandon? The commissioner said he had to be here. Bring him on out. Oh, I see. Well, Slash is hiding him underneath his coat here.
Oh, he's got a mask on.
Oh, come on.
What is that about?
Oh, King, you think you're going to see my face? There is no way that this mask is going to come off today. I'm going to stand in that corner, and this mask is staying where it's at, and that's on my head.
Oh, boy.
Oh, well.
Yeah, well, you know what? Just remember, Brandon Baxter, he who laughs last, laughs the loudest, and I'm telling you, Lawler's not going to let that go. I can guarantee you that, knowing the King.
He may be
if it doesn't
laughing
happen
here.
this week, next week or the next couple of weeks to come, I'm sure we'll be seeing that face of Brandon Baxter.
We're about set to go. Looks like the King's going to be starting for his team, and it's going to be Slash starting. A lot of personal little vendettas to be solved here.
Yeah,
One
sure
of them is Slash and Baxter attacking the King a few weeks ago, and the King stopped to help.
Yeah, that's true. Boy, big right hand from Slash, and look at Slash found a way. Good to see for the first time in a long time, Dave. Nice pipe drop. The King and the superstar back together again.
Absolutely. Legendary pairing in this area. And in the
Sure, that clip was who's working for us at the WWF. They were coming this particular weekend. The show aired. They were coming to Memphis with Monday Night Raw, and so we, as somebody that worked together with the WWF, we helped promote the show and would get paid for doing that.
Who is, by the way, just happens to be the commissioner of the Power Hour.
That's right. He said there had been a lot of problems, and he said he wasn't going to let get out of hand, so he had to step in there and solve it with a fist. Victoria and the cat going at each other here.
Man, this Victoria is awesome, isn't she? We saw her last week pick up the cat, and look at her here again, and now he picks her up high in the air and just slams her down hard. Right smack dab in the middle of the ring.
She went back to the corner but did not make a tag. And the cat thought about making a tag but says, wait 1 minute. She looked at Lawler, said, not quite yet.
Oh, the cat picks up Victoria. Oh, good move there from the cat.
And Victoria, that slowed her
Nice
down a little
move,
bit.
yeah.
She's holding her back, and she had that look on her face like, I didn't think she could do that. But she did.
Brandon Baxter standing over in the corner. Can you believe he shows up with a mask on?
No. Well, yeah, I can. It's Brandon Baxter.
Fans saying they want the mask. They want to take that mask off of Brandon.
Brandon better be careful. There are a lot of folks on the other side of the ring that are capable of taking that mask off.
Oh, that's true.
This is really a handicap match, 4 against 3.
Don't forget, next week on the Power Hour, for the first time in many years, it's the return of the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, right here on Power Wrestling. We'll be talking with Jimmy here next week on the Power Hour.
We'll have him here. He may be talking about Gentry's gold records and stuff, too.
Yeah.
You never know.
Look at this. The Cat and Victoria going at it now. Victoria slams him in the corner there. Boy, that stops the Cat. She drops her leg down on it. And a pin, a 1 count, a 2 count, and the Cat kicks out. This is our main event on the Power Hour. Not a lot of time left in this thing.
I was going to say, our time's winded down very quickly. We have less than a minute left here. As this action continues, I would love to see this one go for about 40 minutes if we have time with all these participants here.
Look at this. Woo! Comes off and misses, and the Cat gets the tag. Here comes the King. Lawler goes over, and he goes up to Bradley. Dundee's got slashed.
Got a ring full.
Oh, and Brandon back, so all of a sudden decides to get in there as soon as they're at a disadvantage. Bradley accidentally nails Victoria. Lawler rolls him up. He got it.
There's a 3 count.
1, 2, 3. The King, the superstar. The Cat gets the win.
Don't forget, live next week right here on TV5. Until then, for Corey Macklin, I'm James Brown. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. He's got it.
Get it. Oh.
Exciting Power Hour. We'll be back tomorrow night talking Memphis wrestling, and also next Monday, 2 Power Hours. Until then, for Adam Dunn, Randy Hales saying bye-bye, everybody.
Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling.